I really wanted to talk about what the difference is between, losing weight or getting your mind right or, just bettering your life, I guess. Not even so much weight, but just taking a better approach to living a healthier, more fulfilled life versus trying to do something really quick and get results like this, but then fall off the wagon and be stuck. It's like that yo-yo. Yeah, yo-yo effect is really like what it comes down to. So for me, I can remember whenever I first started my fitness journey, okay? I will talk about that first. Whenever I started my fitness journey, I had previously been like this yo-yo dieter. I was the person who would like go on Pinterest because it was like huge whenever I started 5 years ago. It was like the Pinterest craze, and I was like, I'm gonna go on here and I'm gonna find the best diet, right? Because that's what we do as women. We talk about diets. Well, that's what I did, and that's how I would quickly get nowhere. And I say get nowhere. I would lose, like 5 pounds doing like the cabbage soup diet or not eating carbs or just drinking green tea. I remember doing that for a while. It was so crappy what I would do to my body, but I thought that since it was the big craze of all the things that it would work, right? I mean, we're women, and it would totally work if I were to just keep doing it. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't last. It's not that sustainable thing because our bodies need nutrients. Our bodies need vitamins and carbs and protein and healthy fats. And not to read the labels of the back of a cereal box or any kind of a box or the frozen foods, just for it to say low fat and, low carb or whatever we do as women. And we read those things, and that's what we think is right. And it's not. Like, that is not. I remember I would immediately turn the back of a package, and I lived on 100 calorie packs, first of all, because they were only 100 calories. I lived on diet soda because I thought that it was good for me. And I thought that by reading the fat content, the calorie content, and the carb content, that was all that I would need to do. And as long as I was staying at like 1,000 calories a day, that was gonna work. It made me crash and burn. It might have lasted, I really don't remember, it's been so long. Maybe a month, maybe, before I was so burnt out of energy, before I was so miserable, before I was just like, it's not even worth it, but then I would quit, and then what would happen? Then I would like binge eat, then I would go through drive-thrus, and I would just like non-stop keep going and eating all the bad things. That was like how life used to be for me. So the one thing that really changed once I started this lifestyle change 6 years ago, 6 years, literally it will be 6 years, I think it's next month, that I started this. It's a mindset shift because you can't change yourself fully until you change your mind, okay? So that was whenever I stopped looking at all of the calorie content, whenever I stopped counting all the things, whenever I started to say, okay, if I can start to fuel my body with whole foods, foods from the trees, from the ground, protein, good protein, quality protein, I was going to try to do better and then make that more of a lifestyle. I wasn't going to tell myself, oh, I can't have a cheeseburger, oh, I can't have pizza. I was not going to deprive myself anymore. I was just going to change the way that I looked at food, the way food made me feel, the way I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was going to start to learn to love myself no matter what size I was, no matter what the scale said, no matter what size pants I wore. That wasn't the point anymore. The point was to turn myself into the healthiest version of myself that I could be, and that was through a new program that I had decided to start. And it was because I chose an at-home workout program because I was a mom, I am a mom of 2 little kids. My husband was military. So getting to a gym, first of all, was out of the question for me. And I didn't want to go. I would always be the girl who would walk into the gym and like try to be all confident, like walking in like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. But on the inside, I was the girl who was like panicking because I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna go just like walk on the elliptical machine for like 20 minutes. I'm gonna put my headphones in and I'm going to watch the morning show or whatever whenever I was at the gym, and then I would get off of the elliptical machine and I would go and like try to do a weight machine or something. I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, single mom, like I just didn't know what I was doing and I didn't want to be in a gym. So whenever this home workout program, I'm gonna try it. It looked fun, the one that I picked. It was like some aerobic cardio, kind of like fun music at the time and all of that. And incorporated a little bit of weights because I was a cardio queen and I thought that the only way to get my goal body was to like cardio myself to death. Wrong, ladies. Wrong. wrong. So anyways, started an at-home workout program, but the key thing that I really wanted to change was what the foods that I was putting into my body, because what I was fueling myself with as I was learning and reading, I figured that I needed to stop filling myself up with diet soda and 100-calorie packs and actually start putting foods in my body that God intended, which was fruits, vegetables, protein, carbs, the good kind. So this program actually came with a nutrition plan. And I was like, okay, well, this can't really be that hard. What if I open it up and I'm gonna like do everything that it says? And then I found, wow, there was some like really yummy sounding meals that I could make, and it was real food that I knew where I could find it at the grocery store, right? Because that's always like the kicker for me in the past. I would read these meal plans that I was like, I don't even know what that word is. How am I gonna find that at the grocery store? I'm a mom who's running into the commissary, military wife, like as fast as I can. So I needed something that was simple that I could just use and do and feed my kids and my husband too, because I couldn't make 5 different meals for us. So that was my intention, was to just follow this meal plan that came in this booklet with this program that I was going to start. And the program that I started, it was 90 days. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to commit to myself to not give up for 90 days. Like 90 days, I can do this. I'm just going to take one day at a time. At least once, maybe twice a week, I was gonna have, we call it a cheat meal, but I decided I was gonna call it my treat meal because I was not gonna feel bad about going out for pizza or ice cream or whatever on that 1 or 2 days a week. Because previously I was binge eating and all that stuff. So I'm like, I need to tone it down. But in my mind, I was also like, well, all these meals, there were still burgers on there, and I could just make some like sweet potato fries and bake them in the oven instead of saying, oh, I can't eat carbs. Yeah, sweet potatoes are really good and they boost your metabolism, and I could make burgers with really lean meat. And I was like, man, this is gonna work. And guess what? It worked. But the missing piece that I'd always had that was missing in the past was the support and the community. Because what I got from that program that I signed up for 6 years ago, the 90-day program, the meal plan, my nutrients, my everything that I needed to actually start to work towards my goals, that came with this community and the support team of other women who were in the same journey as me, where we could talk to each other online. Shoot, I got some success partners from it where we would actually text each other to stay accountable, and like in the mornings we would all commit. There was 4 of us and we were like, we're gonna get up at 5 a.m. This was pre-Val getting up early, right? This was like way before I would ever even think about becoming a morning person. But we were in this text chain, so we would text each other and we're like, get up now, stop hitting the snooze button. So that's the difference. That is the key. If you are a woman who is like trying to lose some weight or trying to just make yourself healthy or just trying to make some better choices, but you kind of feel yourself maybe slipping, maybe getting unmotivated, maybe not really sure what you're doing. Maybe you're in that spot right now where you're eliminating carbs, or you're just thinking that you're adding in all of this protein and that's gonna work, or you're kind of just guessing but you're trying to do your best. Let me encourage you that having a support system, a support team of other women who can help you along the way, that was it for me. That was the kicker, and that's how I have made it, as I made it through my first 90 days, and then my next 90 days, and then, my next program, and that's how I'm here 6 years later when nothing else ever worked or ever stuck for me. this has, and that's because of the community and the support that I have gotten. And then I decided to start paying it forward and helping other women do exactly what I've done, because we're all just people trying to do our best. And that's why I chose this job. That's why I chose to run these online support groups. That is why I choose to help people, because I genuinely love giving other women these exact tools that I have used that work when you do the work. But I break it down into these simple meal plans for families, making food good and exciting and for the families, and then taking a workout program that will work for you, and you can do it in your living room, or you can do it in your garage, or you can do it outside, or on your lunch break. My mother-in-law is awesome. She takes hers and does it on her lunch break. So ladies, it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be the whole, I tried that before and it didn't work, okay? Because it will work whenever you have the right thing for yourself, and when you're doing it wholeheartedly and you're actually changing from the inside out. So if you have any questions, or you need some meal plans, or you need some recipes or anything, please don't ever hesitate to reach out. This is my job. Or if you have a coach that you work with, please reach out to them. You know, I never want to step on any toes, but I am here. I run online health and wellness accountability groups once a month, and I'm starting my enrollment for my March group. So please feel free to reach out. I'll get you everything that you need. We'll talk about your goals. We'll talk about your nutrition. We'll talk about what's worked in the past, maybe what hasn't, but ultimately what can and will work for you whenever you're ready to take a change. So I hope that you guys have a great Monday, and I look forward to chatting with you.